everybody. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome weekend and having a great day. Just want to say thank you for stopping by for another video. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys who have decided to help out just a little bit extra on the Patreon. It means a lot to me, and the money definitely is going towards these snakes for a good cause. So I decided that we could check out some of the pieds in the collection. I know a lot of you guys have pieds, so you might like to see some different varieties and stuff that is a little bit in everybody's budget, because I know some people that I've talked to, they like seeing a bunch of stuff. It's kind of like a wish list, but a lot of this stuff that these top-end breeders have are so expensive that most of us can't even afford it anyways. But these are just some stuff that really anybody can pick up if they really wanted to. So we'll just start off with the male. I have two males. This is a male Mahogany pied, and I could not afford the female because those are ridiculously expensive. And I do have a regular female pied, which I could just pair him to at the end of this year. So instead of waiting 2 years for a female, I can just wait a year for the male and get the same combos as is. And I needed a male anyways for one of the females, so I just decided to do a Mahogany. So he's either going to go to the black pastel or the regular pied, but I love the markings on him. I like the deep browns, the blacks, and I think he has a really good split of the patterns versus the whites on the Mahogany. So that's just the first one that we will look at. And I really don't see too many people with the Mahoganies, but the Mahoganies are a little pricey, which is kind of annoying because it doesn't look like it's really that much. But if you put a Mahogany to a Mahogany, you get the sumos, and those look really awesome. And those are, I think I saw them for like $4,500, which is ridiculous. Now they do have a lot better benefits on breeding for the sumos than the black pastels, the pandas. The pandas do have a lot of birth defects, so I think a lot of people try to go with the sumos instead, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, because they have less birthing issues. But nonetheless, they're both very, very nice. So the next one, so I do have quite a few females, so definitely will be female heavy. This is a pastel pied, very, very low white on her, which is pretty cool because she does have a lot of cool patterns and she has some really nice colorations. And I really don't know how the pastel works out that much in pied, but I would assume she will fade out within the next year. But I don't think she'll fade out too much because she does have a lot of coloration on her. A very nice all white belly, like just a regular pied. A couple markings on her tail, and probably tough to tell, but she does have some really nice eyes on her. So nothing too crazy. And we'll check out this lady right here. Hopefully we can see some really good patterns on her. I know the light is a little bright, but we'll try to adjust that a little bit. That might be too much. So this is a Ivory inchy pied, and it might be a little bit difficult to get the colorations on her just right, but I do have pictures of her on my Instagram. She looks phenomenal in the right lighting. So the Ivories are the super yellow belly, and the inchy takes away a lot of the pattern. She does have black eyes, which is pretty cool. And I don't know how she's going to look when she gets older, but she does have really cool marking on her head. And so she's very yellow. You can kind of see the breaks on it for the pied markings. I really hope as she gets older that she doesn't fade out, because I really do like the yellow. You can kind of see like right there how the coloration is. It's just kind of unique. I do need a male for her. So I think what I'll do is, I think next year or the end of this year, I'll try to get a yellow belly pied, because to make the supers you have to add another copy of whatever that super is to try to hit the supers again, and then just hope to hit on the inchies, and I can make more of those, which would be awesome. And this one's really cool. This is probably my favorite one. I love the very, very high whites, but then again, I don't know, I go back and forth all the time because I like the high whites, but then I also like the ones that have a lot of pattern on them depending on what's in it. So it's a black pastel pied, and the only markings on her so far are on her head. So really, really cool, bright white. And we'll see an older black pastel pied, not much older, but probably a year and a half older, and she has a lot of, so she has a very white body as well, and a lot of black dots are randomly starting to show up on her. So this girl, I don't know how she's gonna look next year, but it would be cool if she was getting random black speckling throughout her body as well. And then we'll get up to the last pied that is in a little tub, and then we'll go over here to the bigger tubs. So this is a female banana pied. Very, very, very pretty snake. A lot of yellows, a lot of purples in her. When she was younger, she had very bright purples, but I really think when she grows up, the purples will start to fade out and the yellows will get more vibrant. And then she's starting to get the speckling. So she really didn't have any black speckling on her when she was a baby, but it's really starting to come out right now. And she's gonna have a ton of dots all over her. There are stuff that you can add into these to reduce the speckling. And then if you hit the super bananas, I don't think those have any speckling at all either. So a lot of people like the bananas with and without the speckling. So just keep that in mind. If you like the bananas but you don't like the speckling, you can always find different genes that eliminate that as well. So that is a bright light. She looks better right here, I think. So there's that. And then we'll head over to the 7030. Alright, so we're going to just take a look at, in no particular order, on some of these. So this one is the same age as the other ones that we just saw. This one was doing, they're all eating extremely well. This one was just doing the best at the time, so I moved him over here. So this is the second male. It is a Leopard Inchy Orange Dream pied, and this guy looks really, really nice. Fantastic markings on him. Really cool eyes, green eyes, and I would assume that's from the Inchy. A lot of cool patterns. And then this is the type of stuff that I like, that's the lower white, when they have a bunch of stuff into them where you can actually see what's going on. So this will be another male that should be ready by the fall. And I don't know, we have two females pies, which we'll see right now. So I don't know who I want to go or pair up with who, but this is the other female. It's a 2020 black pastel pied with the traditional markings on the head and then on the tail, and then here's these black spots that just totally randomly showed up. So here's some more over here, right here. There's a small one right there that will brighten up in the next shed. There's one on her neck right here that will be showing up again more probably next shed or the following shed. So she should be ready in the fall time. She's already at 700 grams, so I think unless she hits that 1,000-gram wall and doesn't want to eat after that, we really shouldn't have any issues with her, you know, in 10 months getting some weight on her. So this is just a regular pied, and the regular pieds are fantastic. You can find them basically at any reptile show or on Morph Market. And she's a very, very, very high white, and just a little bit of marking on her tail, a little bit on her head, and she randomly got a black spot as well. So I think that's very common in the pieds. So it's kind of cool. It gives it just a little bit of a unique touch, which is awesome. And know there's... I thought I had 2 more or 3 more, but we'll check out this lady right here. So this is a yellow belly inchy fire pied. So this girl looks really, really awesome, and a lot of cool patterns. I would say it's like a 50-50 split on the patterns to the pied. And what's cool is it has the fire gene in it, so we all know that the snakes fade quite drastically over the years. So the fire gene kind of helps it keep some of the coloration as it gets older. But unfortunately, even with the fire gene, I don't think she's going to look this vibrant. And she's probably not going to sit still for very long or long enough, but I really like the head marking on her where it's got the yellow bands on both sides that are equal to the length of her skull. So pretty cool. I think that is it on the pieds. And I do have my original male up here. So let me get him out really fast. This was my very first ball python that I ever bought, and it's a male, just a regular pied. Has some really nice markings, a lot more markings than I think you would see on some other pies. So big spot right there, and then a random black spot a little bit around the body. But this was the first snake that actually got me into the ball pythons, and then I stepped away from the ball pythons after I got 2 of them because I found the boas, and then I went on this huge binge about boas. And then now, after coming back out of the boas onto the clown stuff and some of the uniquer pied stuff, I like both. So it's hard to say what I like best. It depends on the day and what I really want to hang out with at the particular moment. But that's it. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for just checking out some of the collection on the pieds. And I can do the clowns next. I don't have that many, but I'm going to have to feed all these. So feeding video will be next on pretty much all of the babies. So you're going to get to see them then anyways. But guys, I appreciate the support. And thank you again. And hopefully you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll see you on the next video.